3.
All right, everyone. I hope you're excited for the Super Mario World 96 exit by Area51. Take it away.
What up, everyone? I'm Area51. I'll probably be going as Aaron for most of this run because my commentator, Dan, likes to call me that instead of Area51. So if he says Aaron, that's who he's talking to. Hi, Dan.
Guys.
So we're just going to get this going since the cutscene's kind of 13 seconds long. That's when I can do all the actual talking, introducing what the run is. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. So 96 exit, it's kind of like the premier category, would you say, Dan?
I'd say it's the, it's the most sacred category.
Sacred? Is that what you just said to me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know.
Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, okay. I won't go that far. It's definitely the category that, like, gets the most hype when world records happen and gets probably the most viewers and stuff like that, too. So,
It's effectively the 100% category.
Oh, stop!
In Super Mario World.
Oh,
and let me give some context here into like why we call it 96 exit and all this stuff.
Killing me.
Generally speaking, we're here in Yoshi's Island, and pretty straightforward things are happening. He's moving right at the fastest speed possible. So, there are different exits in this game, and on the Super Nintendo, unlike a couple of the other re-releases for this game that have happened over the years, the game doesn't remember if you've collected these Yoshi coins that you see. Game doesn't. There are other things that it doesn't remember, right? So there are moons, other things that, from a completionist perspective, over the years and with re-releases, have kind of made the quote-unquote 100% category a little bit different. So there are categories that include those things for Super Mario World. As far as the game is concerned, you were intended to beat at most 96 exits. And so this is effectively beating every level in the game, every way that you were supposed to. But I say that with a small asterisk on top because this run and its optimizations and some of the tricks that are now required are definitely not the intended developer method of getting that exit are, but it's the same effective exit.
There's a lot of exits that have asterisks on them because it's not the developer intended way to finish it. But it's still allowed in the category, even though this category is considered no major glitches, I would say. Would you consider it no major glitches since it's got boss kills and stuff?
That's kind of what we say, but yeah, the boss kills to me are pretty major.
They're massive, yeah.
We just get out of that debate entirely by just referring to exits and just kind of leave it at that. Same kind of debate can happen with any percent. You see that in other speed games with any percent no major glitches, any percent credits warp, any percent yada yada. We don't make those distinctions pretty much across the board now. I don't think that there are any percents in any of our category titles anymore. So
I think low percent's even called just low small only.
Yeah, it's now called small only. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have brought that up. Sore subject.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first world for basically all the categories is kind of a snore fest. I'm getting this fire flower to use it later on. That's why I wasted time with the power-up transitions, but really the world 1 is kind of like where you just talk about random subjects the whole time.
It looks pretty much the same in every category.
Wait a sec, hold on, Dan. Midwest Speed Fest has my username as XSV Area 51.
There you go, excessive Area 51.
I love that. That hasn't been my username in like...
It's been a little while.
5 years. Yeah.
No.
That's great.
No, you didn't get the excessive off for like...
I got it. Was I partnered?
You were already partnered. You only got special permission because you were partnered.
So it's been like 4 years.
It's probably been, I think it was 2018, maybe 2017.
That's low. That's hilarious. I haven't. Not mad at all, by the way. That was on there. It's really funny. Dan, do I do secret exit here?
Yes, you do secret exit here.
couldn't remember.
So we're gonna kind of weave across the map here, and just trust us that this is the optimized way to do so. Because for any of you familiar with Super Mario World, we're going to be doing every exit in the game. So that includes going through Special World. So Special World zaps us back to Yoshi's house. And so we're going to have to revisit a lot of this. The reason that we left the left side of Yoshi's Island and we're leaving a portion of Donut Plains undone is because we're going to have to come back here anyway. And we would have to be backtracking over to the map that we already cleared otherwise. So we leave that for later, basically.
Also, Flygon, if you get any donations in, just say something. Like there's a lot of just flying over that we don't need to be filling. We don't need to be filling in with random commentaries. So if you need to read a donation or anything like that, just say so.
Yeah, do we have time right now?
Absolutely.
All right, we have a few donations in.
Huh.
So we have $10 from Partyman X that says, "Is it possible to do the blimp goal fast? Let's see it." I have no idea what that's in reference
goal?
to, but
Blimp goal?
I figured you all would know what it is, but maybe it was for Half-Life.
What did he spell? What did he say?
Blimp?
Blimp?
What? Blimp? Oh, like when I go pee balloon? Is that what he means?
Yes, maybe. Mario kind of does look like a blimp.
Actually, yes, you can go fast. If you left, right, you can go infinite speed as a pea balloon Mario. So yeah, you can.
That could be what he means.
Well, it's for Tony Hawk. Big Law says it's for Tony Hawk. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, what?
It could mean something in this game.
It could. I mean.
Did that guy just come up with a new strat for SMW?
Well, it's kind of funny because we do consider that a quote-unquote major glitch.
Yeah.
There are no left-rights allowed in any of the major categories because it does bust stuff. You can go extraordinarily fast across the screen. So,
sorry for that divergence. Go ahead with the more donations.
Yes, is there time for more?
Oh yeah, keep going.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're in a water level, of course, right? Okay. So we have $20 from SCXCR that says, "A baguette made of Pringles or Pringles made of baguettes?" You know?
I literally, that question made me mess up. So thank you, whoever said that.
Marathon RNG in the form of Pringles.
God, which one? I don't know.
The end of the world. Yeah, no. I would just, I'd just do fairly safe strats here. It's not the end of the world to lose.
Should I go back and get a cape and just mess up my splits, or what?
I would. Oh, would you?
Or should I just do?
I would just get it in DP1 and then just go back to your normal route here. That'd be the fastest one.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Fly on.
Sure thing.
A baguette made of Pringles or something. Baguette of Pringles.
Baguette of Pringles. Okay.
Yeah.
Took some time. You had to ponder that one. I understand.
I got messed up and then oof.
All right, we have $10 from Attack the Moon that says, "I was in Michigan once. I honestly forget Minnesota is a state, but I'd go."
What? Nah. Dude, your state's so lame. It's got to get split into two. Okay, dude, chill out.
These comments are cracking me up.
Come on, dude.
All right, that's it for now. So back to the run.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That was quite distracting. Guys, if you have donations, please make them as distracting as possible, because that's where all the fun is. I mean, the donations are why we're here. So if you guys can make donations that really make me scratch my head and make me mess up, that's gonna be even better.
Are you gonna do this whole left side, Aaron, or just get this one exit and weave back?
I'm gonna go do back to normal. I'm not gonna do DP2 now. That's lame. You can explain. Could you explain why I'm not gonna do that, or why?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna backtrack here anyway. So, and then potentially doing switch palaces out of order. You have to be pretty brave to do that and know exactly where your switch palace blocks would be and if it's gonna impact the run at all.
That was really weird. My boo ring just then was exactly the same, which means that my timing from last time through this was just incredible.
That is.
That was weird, because like
so the boo ring, the boo ring. While we're talking about it, the boo ring's just it only turns when you're on the screen with it. So we get a bunch of these boo ring levels kind of conveniently out of the way in the beginning of the run, where you kind of want to optimize how they're oriented when they appear. Later in the run, it's a little more random, but it's a point in the run where we can tolerate that randomness a little more. Aaron, you're going to be in trouble here.
Dan, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot how to do this level. I'm not gonna lie to you right now.
Well, you slipped, so.
Dan, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be real with you right here.
I'm gonna
be real. I forgot how to do this level.
You didn't. I think
I'm
that's
fine. I'm fine.
That's the
Watch
last
this.
real challenge
Swag.
there. Yeah.
There
You
we
should
go.
get over it.
Yeah, we're fine.
there you go.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I forgot.
We have time for me to make a little bit of an announcement.
Yes.
The incentive has been met already.
Oh,
Yay.
great! Yay!
You want to talk a little bit about what the incentive is?
Yeah, so the incentive is going to be much later in the run. It is to do sandbar attempts. It's basically a 2-frame trick that if you get it, it saves 12 seconds, 14 seconds, some duration like that.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, you die. So it's pretty difficult, and it's done right at basically the end of the run. So if you're on PB pace and you have to PB, PB you have to do sandbar. It's like the most nerve-wracking trick that you could possibly do. So
There are many sad days have happened over the history of SMW where we needed sandbar to get the world record, and we forget those runs when they died.
Yep.
It's too close to the sun.
Yeah, it's if you miss sandbar, the run is. I mean, you're probably not gonna PB. And it's a 2-frame trick, so it's just great. It's 1/30th of a
I think
second.
the meta right now. I mean, the meta used to be like kind of YOLO, like.
Oh yeah, I don't do that new one. I just I do the YOLO. So.
Well, I think I think several years ago it was like if you were 20 seconds ahead, you might still think about doing sandbar because even if you didn't need it, right?
Right.
These days it's very, a whole bunch of wimpy babies running SMW who are 20 seconds ahead, and they're like, you know what? I'm 20 seconds ahead of my PB. I should just take the PB. And
shoutouts to Kakusha where he had like the first 123 pretty close to unlock, and then
sandbar in it.
Yeah. Do you remember the fist bump?
I do remember.
That was from nailing sand. That was from nailing sand. I'm fine. Not even worried about it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I was just thinking about the greatest hype moment in the history of SMW.
It's honestly a really great hype moment, for sure. Yeah. Our friend Kakusho, who we were actually just talking about in the waiting room here. Just 123 back in 2014.
Yeah, I think it was
probably
2014.
2014.
Yeah, which is insane to me.
Yeah, we're now into the 121s, so it's a different game back then. It really was a different run. Half of the weird tricks that you're gonna see in this run this time were not in then.
No.
He did have wings in that 123, right? It was right after wings were discovered.
Yeah. I feel like it was right after Clips was discovered too. I wasn't around back then. I came in later.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to go watch the tapes. Some SMW historian is probably in here and can give us a little more information.
Where's third lava dolphin? Okay, focus mode.
All right. So what Aaron's gonna do here is the first instance in the game where we're going to basically spawn a wings block that was not supposed to be spawned. The way that we do that is we're going to dupe one of these turn blocks over a Yoshi coin. And you'll see Aaron do it.
Eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Okay, so that turn block needs to stop spinning. Then you collect it. And what's sitting there invisibly in that block is now a special block that when duped to the right, in this case, spawns wings. We'll have several other opportunities to see that over the course of the run, so we can explain that a little bit more and why we see that wing block appear in different circumstances. Here he's going to do the first of 2 Yoshi clips in the game, only 2, right? Nailed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a little bit of discovery from IsoFreeze, the runner, and a handful of other folks to make that a little more predictable and reliable. We used to think, and it's kind of true, that it's just completely up to luck whether Yoshi makes it into the wall or not.
Yump! Let's go.
Noise. A yump. And
You got the yum. Let's go.
Please, come on. This is
Yes.
some easy
So
stuff.
far.
Easy stuff. It's going 4 for 4. If I get 4 for 4, you guys owe me $5 million donation.
There you go.
I'll do a $5 donation for
okay, fine.
each yump.
Okay,
Oh,
5
for
works.
each? Yep,
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's gonna match her? Come on, chat.
Yes, chat.
It's for charity.
Who will come in with me? $5 for each yump.
All right, I'll match that too.
Yeah.
I'll match that for sure.
Do we have time for some donations as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let's go
Awesome.
for it.
So we have $50 from Parabolic. Thank
Whoa.
you so much.
Dang.
That says, Able Gamers is an awesome charity. Good luck on the run, Area 51.
Thank you.
And
gonna need
we
it.
have $1 from Tempest Mask 1000 that says, this donation will be my last one for the night, but it was a blast to see Midwest Speedfest kick off with some fun runs. I'm counting on you all to keep the money coming for Able Gamers and the sake of the many incentives yet to be fulfilled. Don't let this bonus-loving speedrunner down. Best of luck to Area 51, and as always, Orb!
Very well said. Thank you. Orb. So, yumps, they are, if people don't know what they are, it's just jumping off of the P-switches. It's a one-frame trick. So, I'm basically a god.
It's a one-frame trick that I feel like many kids discovered as kids.
Yeah.
For whatever reason or another. So, me playing this when I was a lad, we would always try. My brother
Dan, you
and
were
I
a
would try
teenager
to
when
do
this
the
came
same
out, come
thing. We didn't know other people were doing it, or that it was one frame, or anything. We just knew that if you jumped right when you landed on the switch, that you would bounce off of it. So.
Yeah, I remember my dad showing me it the first time. He's like, if you time it correctly, you can jump off of this. This is back in, I don't know, 96? Long time ago. It was nothing that's like, it's not in the books or anything like that. It's just kind of
And I don't think it was really like a quote-unquote intended mechanic. It's
No.
just, we saw one of the only moon. Well, no, we actually see a handful of moons in the course of this run, but there's one moon in each world. We just saw hidden one in Vanilla Dome.
Okay, this Midwest Speed Fest chat right now. Oh my god.
I'm not reading it. I'm watching the run.
It's great.
So, and what Aaron's doing here is called Warg Skip. This is kind of the medium difficulty trick here. Boy.
I needed him. Damn, this
Yeah,
is
you
really
needed
bad.
You needed that cape too. I don't know where you're gonna get this Yoshi again.
There's a cape here, isn't there?
Did you get the halfway point here?
Yes.
Did?
Yep. Can I take off up here?
You can.
Do I you know what I do? I just do the I don't do the Yoshi exit. I just do the normal, just fly.
Yeah, fly over and
Yep.
Cheese Bridge.
Yep.
That's probably true.
Frick.
Yep, so that was the medium difficulty one, and Aaron completely muffed it like a dumb baby.
Ah! I miscalculated, you know?
Yeah, there's a couple of weird mechanics stretching things that you can do there for a much more aggressive and not marathon safe strat. But a lot of people, especially in races, we just had a 96 tournament. Even throughout those races with top level people that are pretty consistent with their execution opted for Blarg skip, which is just keeping that flight speed on the lava raft and skipping one section of lava. So we're here into Lemmy's castle. Aaron
Destroyed
opts
him.
to kill Magikoopa here.
Get fricked, kid.
because if you're constantly running left to right, Magikoopa can't bother you, right? But just because of the way that this particular level is oriented, there's no guarantee that Magikoopa won't be a real butthead. So easier to just kill and not have to worry about where she appears.
Do we have time for a distraction donation?
Yep.
Probably so.
This is terrible level to happen in, but yeah, let's do it.
We have $10 from Fruity Waffles that says, "Hey Aaron, distraction time, do a flip."
Do it. What? I can't do it. Bro, look at me. I cannot do a flip, okay? Let's be real. I would.
Cape flip, close enough.
Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what just happened. Do a flip.
So Lemmy and Wendy here are the two Koopa kids that appear in this type of format where they come out of the pipes here with Potobos going around. And there are 8 possible animations, and we got 0 out of 3 of the resident favorite one.
No wang whack.
Yep. All right.
You should read this. You should read that copy pasta, Flygon.
I'll read the copy pasta if I get a donation with it.
Oh God. Okay,
No,
someone do it.
Wait, I just got one in.
Did you?
I have $20 from Fruity Waffles again that says, "Let's go, Aaron." By the way, Aaron is Area51. I can use his first name because we are tight like
Oh my
that.
God.
Yeah, I know top players, but it's not a big deal to me. LOL.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of our friend Tyler.
I knew you were gonna.
Might know him as like Ninja.
I knew you were
but,
gonna
like,
bring that up.
Aaron and I, like, yeah, like
We're like close like that. He first
Tyler?
names us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no memes. I know Ninja. I call him Tyler. Like no memes though, Dan.
Yeah, no, I know.
I almost got to like hang out with him at TwitchCon one time. You remember
Yeah,
that?
but then you didn't go to TwitchCon. So I
Yeah.
hope like Chris is watching right now
Oh,
and he's like,
I don't remember the last time I did that exit without Yoshi.
it's been that's not one that you
That was interesting.
do very often. So we're here in Cookie Mountain.
Don't bring up the boss kill.
Oh, so I mean, I'll just.
I'm kidding. You can bring it up.
Well, no, this is the least. So there are things called boss kills in this run, where you're basically
Oh!
spawning invisible. Whoa, that was close.
I couldn't tap left.
Very close. You spawn an invisible Koopa Kid, and so if you think about the different ways, this is a trivia question that I usually ask when people are watching 96 for the first time. All of the different ways that you can trigger a level ending in Super Mario World. So you can collect a gold tape, right? You can press a switch palace, right? A switch palace switch. You can put a key in a keyhole. You can kill a Koopa Kid. You can kill a King Boo. You can kill a Reznor, right? These are all different ways that the levels end. And so there are a couple of circumstances in what the 96 exit run looks like now. You can kind of inadvertently or abuse mechanics so that one of those sprites appears. That if you if you kill that spawned Koopa Kid or that spawned Reznor, that the game thinks that you just finished an exit. So we see that primarily in Special World. There are a number of those there, but Cookie Mountain also has a setup that's a little janky.
It's awful.
It was never seen as really viable before. I still think it's really marginally viable now. But some top level players have really grinded out a pretty consistent way that they feel comfortable doing it.
You saying I'm not a top level player, Dan?
Yeah. In the top 10.
It's fair. It's fair.
So Soda Lake here is a very easy level if you don't slow down. the degree of difficulty of this level goes up probably 500%.
Mhm.
If you ever slow down and allow these torpedo Teds start shooting left, just because of how quickly they respawn once they disappear off the screen. You'll see Aaron hold up a little here to cause that to happen, and it's because we don't want the torpedo Teds to block our access to the pipe here. It just saves us a small part of a second.
And I switched to Fire Flower in that level because that level, for some reason, I just can't do it with a cape. I've practiced and practiced, but then once I get into a run, I always take damage, and losing cape there is awful, horrible, for timing. So I'd rather just take the second loss to transition twice.
So we're here in Star World. We've gotten to the Star World exits before this, but this is when we actually choose to go in and do it. And so, if you as kids played this game, you probably remember this level right here, where you just run straight forward to the goal tape in Star World 3. There are 2 exits in each one, so they all count, even if they're stupid. So this one is stupid, but it still counts, so we have to do it. If you do the normal goal tape exit, I realize that Star World 5 is an exception, but let me just talk in generalities here, chat, without you putting on your glasses.
Oh, here comes the Keck W's.
But with only one exception, the goal tape is not the intended exit. Well, and I would say it's still not the intended exit of Star World 5. It's the Wimpy Baby exit, and you're supposed to get the key.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know, Star World 5's... What am I doing? I can't tap left. Do you guys ever itch your nose with your mic? Because I do.
Wait, time for a donation in here?
Yep.
Awesome. We have $5 from Sporadic Erratic that says, "Hey, Area 51, how many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored?"
Bruh.
I had to really think about that one.
Like wood boards?
2 different
or
versions of hoard.
Like what? Like a
It's hoard with an A, where you're collecting things.
Yes.
And a horde, like a group of people.
Dude, you guys are nailing it with the distraction comments, by the way, because
It's
I have
really
to actually,
good.
I legitimately had to focus there to get high enough over those red blocks. Perfect timing. Keep it up. I'm gonna say 1,600.
16. Okay. Oh, 1,600. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. What the? Forgot where we're at now, Dan.
So we're in Star World 5. There are a whole bunch of things that I often complain about in this level, but I don't have
Tap
to.
left. Oh my Dan, I can't tap left.
So one thing, so we're running across the top of the screen here, and you're thinking to yourselves, there were pipes that went into the sky. Why is he able to run over those when we live in a flat 2D world that you can't go around them? And the answer is that there's always a gap in the top and bottom of the screens that you can use off screen in the there's okay, so there are turn blocks.
Zips.
So many different things that we have to talk about here. Yeah, so with zips, what you're seeing here.
Oh, I'm not gonna slow down for you, Dan.
Magic.
You gotta keep up.
This is black magic.
Yep, this is legitimately black magic. We have no explanation.
Yeah. There's no we still don't know how this works. Still a mystery, we don't get it. Really though, you can only have 4 turn blocks turned at a time. Because the Super Nintendo was
dumb.
Didn't have a lot of computation power, so they had to do a whole bunch of stupid baby stuff. So because you can only turn 4 blocks at a time, when you're spinning the cape and you're falling through these sets of blocks, the first block that you spun will stop turning, and as a result of that, you get this profound push-down effect, where if you're not holding the B button and you go down through a large set, you can actually fall off the screen and die like a big idiot.
Mm-hmm. Big dumb idiot.
It's probably one of the most embarrassing things that could happen to somebody running, because it's not the game's fault at all.
Nope. You can
You
completely
literally
control
just had
it.
to hold the B button, and you wouldn't have died, you stupid moron.
If it happens to you, uninstall the game from your Super Nintendo cartridge.
Stop playing. You don't have what it takes.
Just to preface, or what's the word for afterwards, Dan? Not preface. Postus. Postus.
Postface.
The SMW community is just a big group of friends, really. Like we have all known each other for years and years. So you're gonna hear Dan, you're gonna hear me make a lot of dumb comments, just like, you know, uninstalling the game if you don't miss it. It's legitimately because that's how our community talks. And
the community used to be much larger, but we forced people out.
Yep.
Uninstall the game, and we don't know them anymore.
Right.
So
yep.
There's also that.
Yeah. If anyone talks back to any of the admins, we just kick them out and ban them from the community.
So we say we don't have time for you right now.
Yep.
And we won't have time for you ever. Please leave immediately.
These are jokes, guys. Okay. God. Chill out.
So we have different colored Yoshis here. This is something that you see in a couple of other Mario games since then. But basically, each shell. Sometimes I have to remind myself that there are mechanics in SMW that people don't understand. Different shells have different powers when Yoshi eats them. So a red shell will shoot a fireball. A blue shell will give Yoshi wings to fly around. A yellow shell will make Yoshi super fat so that he causes these dust balloons to come out from his feet. And then green shells just get spit out. So blue Yoshi makes it so that every shell has that power. And same applies for every color Yoshi here. So we're seeing wings again here. Very few exits in Special World are done as intended in the current meta. We're not going to see all those things. But I said that we would talk about these wings blocks. There is basically a special block that we create when we dupe over a Yoshi coin with a turn block and then collect it. See it here too. There are four different things. Yeah,
please work.
It's always scary.
Please work.
There are four different blocks that can appear. So we just left duped a P balloon block and caused that wing block to appear, right? So there are just a number of so that block, what comes out of that special block that we're creating is dependent on the X position of that block in the level. That's the only thing that determines what appears in that block. It was just kind of a shortcut here. So we get intended wings here. Those wings are supposed to be there. But when you see wings appear, it's because we're duping left or right this special block, or we're duping left of a P balloon block because there's a P balloon in the level, and it's because that block changes based on the X position that causes the wings block to appear, and allows us to get a regular exit without having to hear the fanfare at the end or run to the goal tape.
Dan, thank you so much for commentating, because there's no way I could have explained any of that stuff while doing this. Like, there's no way.
So we just finished, it's called Awesome. All of these have goofy names in the English version, instead of, they have goofy names. So, so that's why I referred to Awesome. We're in Groovy now, in the English game. Not going for GBK, right?
I don't have Fire Flower, so I can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. So
also no boss kill gang.
There are a handful of boss kills here. Yeah, so the last level, Awesome, has a Reznor kill where you basically trick the game into thinking that other sprites on the screen are the 4 different Reznor sprites.
14. If we don't get a $14 donation in the next 14 seconds, I'm gonna be so mad, guys. Come on.
Where are the 14s in the chat?
Right, 1-4, please.
Come on.
We just did Groovy. Groovy has a boss kill if you have a Fire Flower and can do a whole bunch of stuff. This is Mondo. Mondo is, all things considered, a fairly straightforward level because you can get speed on that one little platform. If we couldn't get it on that one platform, I wouldn't like this level even more.
It's horrible. It's a horrible level without speed.
You'd
have to get to there.
Because you'd have to get to that next platform and get past another sledgehammer dude.
Another really big issue with that level is that it's very, very laggy.
Yes, the rising and falling water effect is very causes a lot of lag.
What's my
This is the worst level in the game.
Big agree. Big agree.
Outrageous is solely responsible for several months of my childhood being lost. Going back and thinking that I could, if I just went to top secret area all the way across the entire map, came in with 2 capes that there was no way I could lose, and then repeatedly losing over and over and over again, and then getting to the end and not being able to get over that pipe.
I don't know, guys. It was pretty easy. I just finished it in like 15
terrible.
seconds, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
Ugh,
when you have an older
SMH.
brother who refuses to teach you how to tape pump and takes it upon himself to make it so you never learned.
That's not what I do here. Oh my god.
Yeah, so we want to fly. We're going to be flying over a couple of pipes in the sky, and this is where we see that same effect that I told you before. That there's this off-screen, no sprites up there, and so you know if you watch any Kaizo games at all, I'm sure you have noticed that there are often ceilings in Kaizo levels, and it's really to get around the potential abuse here of just being able to fly over the level in that gap. So,
Yeah, I wanted to ask, do y'all play any Kaizo?
So Aaron is kind of, I would say it's something that you qualify as OG for.
Oh yeah, I'm
The
infamous
original
for
Kaizo.
OG
That's
stuff.
awesome.
I used to play it quite a bit. Yeah, that was my stream grower back in the day.
That's
Probably
awesome.
right through Dram World. The Super Panga World, there's actually a level dedicated to Aaron. Kind of a big deal.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that's really cool.
But Dram World was probably the last serious release that Aaron was still kind of hanging with each of the releases. And Dram World, as you guys know, you Kaizo historians that are obviously filling the chat, Dram World spun off a whole bunch of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
You know, it got linked to create Panga World in the first place, a direct inspiration there. And then it was really all of that kind of spiraling and Dram 2 coming out and all that stuff that really caused the groundswell in that community.
I also had second place in the Kaizo 1 speedrun for the longest time. Behind Dram.
That's awesome.
So.
I wasn't sure if, like, you know, if 96 exit runners or SMW runners necessarily play Kaizo. I'm actually just getting into Kaizo, and I really enjoy it.
Awesome. Yeah, there used to be a lot of overlap in those communities. The ROM hacking community is kind of
ever since Mario Maker,
thing.
it's made its own separate.
Absolutely.
Yump!
Yes, yump number 2.
We're going broke, Glaceon. I mean,
We'll cash in my yumps at the end. I'll give a nice big donation for all 4 yumps that are surely gonna happen.
We're gonna be broke after this.
Do we have time for donations?
Oh yeah,
Speaking of those?
go ahead.
All right.
Before you say that, can we get a shout out to
yeah.
Dan for killing it in Special World on commentary? Because
Yes, that was amazing.
I really appreciated that, Dan. Thank you.
Guess what?
All right, so we have $1 from Tyrex67, and it is to make the Tony Hawk's Underground skater name Baguette Yoshi, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful name that I enjoy a lot.
So the meme is because the French restream is baguette, right?
Yes, Baguette Restream. Exactly. So it's Baguette Yoshi. Can you just imagine Yoshi with a beret and a baguette?
Oh my god.
Come on, that would be so cute.
A Pringle
Yeah,
Pringle
I would
baguette.
approve
at
of that.
that.
I'd approve of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that just, you know, is a perfect segue to remind you we have a bunch of bid wars going on, including the Tony Hawk's Underground skater name, the Need for Speed Carbon Crew name, which we actually just got a donation towards, naming the Need for Speed crew name Yump. How fitting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very fitting. Very fitting.
And we have $5 from Lavin Firestorm that says, why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food?
my
That's how
God.
hot eats the food.
Stop it! Oh my. Oh no. Again. That made me mess up. So congrats, whoever did that. All right, we got another yump opportunity here.
Another yump opportunity here. So this is kind of a big deal.
Why do you of in the food if it? Oh my god.
It's called oven when you of in the cold food, of out hot eat the food.
Stop. Oh my god.
3 out of 3. Yeah, no. So the pressure's on for Blue Switch because I feel.
Need
like,
I remind you guys that
like
you guys owe me
you get
$5
4
million
out of 4.
if I do all 4. By the way, I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, so donations will be due after Blue Switch, and we'll say Blue Switch since you're 3 out of 3. I'll put $10 on the line. We'll say we'll max out.
Alright.
You know, if you're in this cool kids club with a $25 donation, if you go 4 for 4, I'll
Alright.
commit to that.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
signing anybody else up for that. But.
All right, I will do that as well. This is
Well, so no pressure because it's only potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line.
Dan,
with
Dan.
everybody here waiting to donate with you.
Dan. Do you remember AGDQ whatever during the All Castles race when I got donation incentives to do sandbar in All Castles?
Sandbar in All Castles. For those of you keeping score, All Castles doesn't require the sandbar exit at all. Like it's not in the.
I got
you don't
100%
need that
peer
exit.
pressured into that by Author Blues.
And then Oth, bless his soul. We all love Oth, big Oth fans.
Oh yes, very agree.
Spam your Author Blues. You did okay emotes. And
I love that emote.
It's so good.
And Oth pulled the "if you don't try it, Aaron, then you must take charity."
Yep, he totally did. So I went.
What
was like 2 minutes out of my way?
So Aaron, in front of 110,000 people, was just sitting there pooping his pants.
Yep.
And then we got the exit, and then it didn't do anything. We ended up just going around anyway.
It was
'cause
awful.
You don't need that exit in the run.
And I ended up doing the entire like 2 last levels by myself because the other 2 had finished. It was
very embarrassing. Yeah.
That was
It was,
top left guy material for sure.
It was real top left guy stuff for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of that, notice where my webcam is right now?
Yeah. So if you have ever heard the top left guy Bible thump meme, there was a line. Yeah, there was a line in that run with.
It was a donation, wasn't it?
No, there was just a guy in chat, and we were reading chat during the run, and this guy said, "Is the guy on the top left just their friend, or is he just playing for charity?"
Oh!
Because they didn't even think that he was a speedrunner.
And then top left Bible thump.
And so now.
Oh my god, dude.
That's you're
Why
not
does this?
on. So this is actually a great opportunity, Aaron. One of the very, very few substantive differences in the Japanese cart and the American cart is that in the American version of the game, there is a cape that you can collect called the Freedom Cape at the start of that level. We didn't have an opportunity to get that because we're playing on the J cart. So, Aaron just really trying to help share the minutia of differences in this game.
Is that a word? Did you just make up a word?
Great job.
Dan?
Minutia.
Is it? You made up a word. That's a made up word.
Word.
I've never heard that in my life.
I really enjoy how since you finished the special world so early, we get to see like the fall graphics.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the rest of the run.
Yeah, so we can talk about that because what were we talking about?
We've been talking about.
We're talking about Kaizo.
Yeah.
No, that's why we didn't talk about it in special world. So. Yeah, there are a couple of weird little things that change. You can obviously see that the Koopas are wearing these Mario masks, and the piranha plants turned into jack-o'-lanterns, and a handful of other things. The reason that this also makes a difference is that the walking speed of Koopas that are wearing masks is faster than when they're not. So
really?
Way faster.
It's pretty substantially faster. So if you do special world out of order, there are a whole bunch of exits that don't quite cooperate like you would expect them to, and it's just because those Koopas are walking faster.
Yeah, there's a I mean, this route has been messed around with and tweaked for years and years and years, and this current Early Wings route is something that I helped come up with, but you can't really adjust the route that much because of those Koopas. It just messes with the levels. Like, you can't just randomly do a level after Special World that you would normally do before Special World because of those Koopas being faster.
Oh yeah, little things that if I mean, at this point, I'm totally desensitized to what people know about SMW and what they don't.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna bring that up, Dan, because we commentated one of the 96 exit tournament.
Yeah. We
races.
haven't even talked about flight speed or anything.
Right. Yeah.
yet.
So we just got done with the 96 exit tournament. I think it's finished. I don't know if it's finished.
Did finish.
But Dan and I did some
yeah.
commentary on it, and when you're talking to the SMW community, it's completely different. Now we have to remember, oh crap, I suppose they don't know this about this. They don't know about this about this. So it's way different.
Dive into some of the really weird mechanics over there, but so here we're flying over a whole bunch of levels, and then we're about to go into. I passionately feel like Vanilla Fortress is the worst level in the game. It's worse than the other auto scrollers that we have ahead of us.
It's back to back. Horrible levels.
Yeah, back to back the worst levels, and it's not close.
Yeah.
So if you ever hear us crapping on no Star World as a category, it's because this entire top route, we call it Top Bridge. Top Bridge is an enormous snooze fest, and there's nothing good about any of these levels. If any of these are your favorite, you're wrong, and we need to ban you from the community.
If any of these are your favorite Pokemon's probably Bidoof. Like, let's be real. Like, there's...
Yeah, it's like Bidoof or Love Disc.
Yeah,
or,
oh god.
You know,
or Feebas.
Yeah, you
it's like...
love Rattata. It's just your favorite. Is there anything more inspiring than a Pidgeot?
Or Flygon? Like, let's be real. Come on.
Ooh.
I'm kidding! I was kidding! I'm kidding!
It looks like a bug, and there's fly in the name, and it's not a bug type. What is that?
Yeah. That's true. If you are going for the, keep people on their toes about...
oh, damn. I didn't go for the Thwomp kill, Dan. My bad.
Having a Sudowoodo in your party just to
God.
make people triple check themselves on what type it actually is. So let's talk about flight speed really quick here. It's not immediately relevant here, but I think it's an important mechanic to just kind of understand.
I was kidding about Flygon.
Speedrunning in general. Across the board, when you're running as Mario as you're moving in Super Mario World, your speed is oscillating between different values, and when you're flying, you are going. Oscillating speed is slightly higher than when you're running. So as a result of that, you want to be flying pretty much all the time. There is a maximum speed, and what causes the oscillation is when you are holding left or right. So in Kaizo, if you've ever watched and you've heard Pooh or Barb or one of these big runners talk about neutral jumps, it's because you need to have a locked-in speed. You need to neutral jump the highest value. So you can create these really, really thin margin jumps that require you to have really immaculate timing. Because holding left or right will make it so that you don't land on whatever, is far ahead. So especially in the auto-scroller levels that are going super duper fast, stuff like that. So you can there's a very slight nuance with the background when you have the highest flight speed that looks distinctly different than all of the other possible speeds. It's how jittery the screen looks, basically. And so it'll jitter the most often at the highest speed. And so even for these flyover levels that people often joke about, SMW being stupid and mindless and 96 is bad because there are so many flyovers.
Agreed.
There's still...
I mean, what?
There's still a decent... you still have to pay attention on those levels. Because that amounts to probably over 10 seconds over the course of the run compared to if you just absolutely didn't care. Versus if you got fast fly immediately and carried that for the whole level for every flyover. So, just something that the runners are always going to be mindful of, and that you really need to be seeing the game in 60 frames per second, or else
you're gonna miss it.
It's pretty
completely.
impossible to see. Yeah, it's pretty impossible to detect what's going on.
It's gonna get a little crazy for a couple levels, so if you have any donations.
Yeah, and we just talked straight through the worst 2 levels in the game, and they're already over, guys.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
You distract yourself, and then you're able to just complete them. It's amazing. Yeah, let me talk a little bit about some of our incentives. So For Kingdom Hearts Final Mix coming up, there's a cutscene glitch showcase. We have $10 towards that, and we need $120. So if you donate and want to see that cutscene glitch showcase, which I don't know if I've ever seen before, you can get your donations in towards that. And we also have a singing incentive for Final Fantasy VIII. Someone, I don't know who, is going to sing Eyes on Me from that game live on the stream. And we need about $70 more for that as well.
Now that one, we don't know if they're good or bad singers, so you need to hit that donation to find out.
So we can find out together.
Exactly. Because if they're bad, then it makes it even better. Oh. Dan?
Aaron,
Dan?
Need to calm
Dan?
down.
My D-pad's 100% broken.
I'm not going to make any comments
Dan?
here about the speed at
Dan?
which you're going, but
Oh!
just a quick little dumb thing that Aaron contributed to the meta that Dode has kind of helped perpetuate, a good friend of ours, this actually comes from, it comes from Aaron, but then Panga World made that even more of a thing. But we call those spikes Doritos because Aaron, as a young child, used to think that they looked like Doritos because they're just triangles.
Mm-hmm. Falling Doritos.
So the
Cool Ranch Doritos.
So the boss in Super Panga World in Aaron's level is a Pepsi Reznor. Aaron used to frequently drink Pepsi on stream, and so there are spikes or Doritos all over the screen because he spilled his chips everywhere, and there's a Pepsi Reznor that you have to kill. So if you ever hear Dode refer to getting, he got Doritoed or something like that, it's because
It's me.
we're talking about those spikes. It's because Aaron, as a kid, thought that those spikes looked like Doritos.
And then also, to add to that, I used to be an MLG Halo player, and that was a huge meme back in my early streams. And MLG was always sponsored by Mountain Dew and Doritos. And Pepsi, so...
Oh wait, is it a Mountain? No, it's a Pepsi Reznor, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
is a
Pepsi Reznor, but the
Yeah,
lava
yeah.
in that level is Mountain Dew.
It's Mountain Dew. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
We're getting the lore.
Oh,
Everyone in
this
chat
is
is
the
hearing the
real-
real
Guys,
deep lore.
If you guys have never watched Panga's Dram World montage, need to watch it. It is
Yes.
99%
Because
me.
Aaron's in it.
It's-
And that's why he feels like you need to watch it.
It's so funny. It's
It's
me.
a lot of me, so you should definitely
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
mean, yeah. It's a lot of. I mean, if you have small children, definitely don't watch it around them.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for Kaizo and
This
Kaizo
is
lore,
the classic line, Panga, how can you as a person who cares about people do that? So I talked about Yoshi clips earlier. Sorry to, take away from the fun here. And so I kind of mentioned that ISO Freeze, formerly known as Dots Are Cool, helped to get those, helped to kind of finalize how consistently we can do these Yoshi clips. This used to be the most painful part of our runs, really. Now there are all sorts of cues to try to help us, and your subpixel is consistent until you step on the ground. So that's why successive attempts, if you happen to time it wrong, don't work. Okay,
Come on.
so no pressure here, but there's
This
only
is the time. Here we go.
$4,999,970 on the line here. 5 million versus just a.
And it happened!
let's go!
This is a blessed run.
Oh my god!
4. All right, let me pull up.
All right, here we go. I'm
Insert-
pulling up the donation.
Insert-
I have to-
Insert speedrunning meme. I have never done that before.
Never 4 for 4.
I've never 4 for 4 before, so
Oh,
you guys are
I'm
welcome. You saw it here first on Midwest Speed Fest.
Wow, that was pretty amazing.
That was wow. I am a god. Wow, look at that, guys.
So we're here in this level.
Dan just
One thing. Well, just to kind of go back to something that we talked about. So Aaron's gonna get the secret exit here, which has this key block, and there's that pea balloon block on the right side that we kind of went past. So those are both the same block. They just appear on a different, different X part of the screen. So you can actually also right dupe there if you really wanted to spawn wings. But we tend to left dupe that pea balloon. You only get 2 tries before you actually start losing time to just finishing the actual exit.
Yeah, those
And
wings
so
are just
for marathons,
awful.
it really doesn't make much sense to try to do it.
Far go first. I need to have a little nuanced thing to say there to remember which door to go into, because I've only been running this game for about 6 years.
Oh. I can never. It's the further one first, right?
Right. That's far door
Further
first. So unfortunately, you have to do this clip twice in this run.
Yes.
And it can be an RG fest. Luckily, I got lucky. But it's killed I don't know how many dozens of runs, hundreds of runs
Very
probably.
Yeah. If your subpixel is correct, and Isofreeze, if you're in here, please correct me. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. If you don't step on the ground and you have that set up correct, which Aaron just set it up correctly, you have a 75% chance. So it's a lot better than just the coin toss over and over and over and over again. And
Which is
it's
how
not
it
even
used to
really
be.
a coin toss. You can have a completely messed up subpixel and it's impossible to get in. You
Is
have to keep
there
resetting it.
Is there a quality thing on the stream? Is that from me or is that from?
I believe it's from the restreamer. We've let the restreamer
Okay,
know.
there we go.
No worries. Thank you, chat, for letting us know.
Thanks, chat. Love you. So I have like $6 in my bank account. How much do I have to donate for those yumps?
I thought it was five. I put up $5 per yum.
Oh,
yes.
jeez. And then Dan, what did you say for the last one? 25 or
If
something?
you went for it, that I would do 25.
Okay, so can you do the math for me?
No, it's just 25. You went 4 for 4.
Oh, 25 total.
$25.
Yeah.
Oh,
$25.
okay. I thought you were like adding 25 plus. Jeez.
We can do something like that if you want to.
Well,
Put
it's
this
past that. We'll just do
toward. What
25.
should I put this toward?
Yeah, what's-
I think we could. You want to hear singing? I mean, that would be
Let's
pretty
do that.
fun.
I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII was definitely a game that I put many hours into as a kid, so I'm down for that.
Nice. Do we have time to read some Yump donations?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. We have $20 from me. And that says Yump, 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 Yump for the 4 Yumps.
Love it.
And we have $20 from Anonymous that says $5 for each Yump, you mad lad. Thank you so much.
I'm still doing mine. I'm trying to multitask here.
The Yump train will just keep going. Don't worry.
Dan, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not doing mine right now, so you can wait.
Well,
I think
yeah.
it'd be okay.
I mean, that's okay. Yeah, it was 4 for 4. If you want to jump on the Yump donation train, you can match us at $5 each, or if you even want to do $1 per Yump, that everything supports the cause of Able Gamers.
Sure.
Dan, do I do secret or normal? I do secret, right? Here?
You do secret.
I do the pipe.
first.
96 Exit is by far my not main category.
His favorite. Yeah.
It's actually one of my least favorite categories, but
In fact,
it's everyone else's favorite. So when I submitted this, it was during like my practice for the 96 Exit tournament. So I keep asking Dan, what do I do next? What do I do next? It's some of it's joking, but a lot of it is actually serious because I do not remember.
It's hard when you run multiple categories of a game. You get muscle memory for one category or another.
Well, then if I mess up, if I do the wrong exit, then I'm like, oh god, I have to figure out how to go around it.
yeah, the backup strats are important in 96, or at least knowing where you can get Yoshis and Capes.
So as much as I should know this game front to back, I don't. I still call a lot of levels Forest Fort, which is what we're going in right now. Because, like Dan was talking about earlier, like just trying to remember what levels are what. Like in Chocolate Island, there's like 17 levels in there. And like trying to figure out which one's CI5 and CI4, it's easier to call them Forest Fort. They're all Forest Fort.
Yeah, everything's just Forest Fort.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the hardest casual levels in the game, in my opinion. It is really hard to not take any damage if you're not doing weird strats, especially if you don't have all the switch palaces. So Definitely not my favorite level as a kid.
Yeah, all forts makes this level just horrible.
Yeah.
Which is another category. There's like 5 billion categories, by the way, for SMW. So if you guys ever want to learn...
For a period of time, yeah.
If you ever want to learn SMW, you can basically just come up with some silly objective, and there's probably a leaderboard for it.
There's already a leaderboard for it. There aren't many good ideas left.
It is
out there,
pretty
or bad
amusing
ideas.
pulling up the SRC page and just seeing tabs on tabs on tabs.
Yeah, it's you know, this is what happens when you have Resi as a member of your community leading a cohort of memers to create as many weird categories as possible.
Right.
Big Lot, I think okay, so for some reason they ruined the in the 6 category. Someone did ace in it, so I don't have like the shortest in the 6 version. But I think I have the non-ace one. That is a meme category where in Bowser's Castle there's those numbered doors, and the objective is to get Mario stuck in the 6. And
the category is called In the 6.
Yep. So the literally you end the run by getting stuck inside the 6. So you're basically soft locked. And I used to.
And then on top of that already being a dumb idea, then people decided to look into a way to credits warp to Bowser's Castle faster than getting there, so that you could get in the 6 faster. So we are very committed to
our memes.
Ruining all the fun possible.
You mean making more fun?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, totally.
The
While
one
we're-
yump category is a classic, like race to, anyway.
Yeah, while we're flying through this, we have another Yump donation, $25 from Anonymous that says, Yump donations! Yay!
Yum.
Yes. And
Oh,
just for go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this is the only mandatory key if you don't skip Star World. Well, actually, no, this is the only mandatory key. If you're trying to get the fewest keys possible and you avoid Star World, you can't avoid getting that key no matter what other route you do.
If I mess up this flight, it really sucks. So.
How interesting about the key. Oh yeah, so you just fly over this auto-scroller,
Yeet.
right?
Oh, you got a dive bomb first.
You have to dive through. Actually had a very. This is probably one of the very first tricks that I would say a new SMW runner would learn is Roy Fly, and we had in our top 8 of the '96 tournament a very, very good runner who ended up getting second place, I think. Who had the world record for several months. Missed Roy Fly. in a
Really?
race.
I didn't know
It was
that.
Pretty wild. Yeah, Maiba missed Roy Fly in our race.
Wow.
Almost threw it.
Alright, we got a cutscene, so if there's anything you want to read or talk about, Ken?
Sure, go ahead. I will go ahead. So we've got, just a reminder, if you want to make Yump the crew name for the Need for Speed Carbon run coming up, you can do so. It already has $5 toward it. I feel like we got to keep the Yump meme going on, so let's make that happen. There's also a variety of other bid wars that are open, such as choosing the name for Squall for the Final Fantasy VIII runner, choosing the name for Griever for the Final Fantasy VIII run as well, and then still naming the Tony Hawk Underground skater name. We have currently Thug Pro is ahead at $10, but Baguette Yoshi is coming up close with $6.
I want to donate towards that, so I need to.
Yeah, you want to donate
remind-
towards Baguette
Oh yeah,
Yoshi?
Baguette
Me too,
Yoshi's
so
totally.
good.
Yeah, that's getting my
Sure,
Yump
do that.
donation for sure.
Yes, awesome. Thanks
Oh,
to everyone
another
who's
one of
been
those modes.
donating.
Thanks for the donations, everybody. I'm glad that Aaron's completely random luck getting Yumps was able to manufacture some charity money. No skill whatsoever. Total luck.
If we're being honest, though, it's completely 100% luck. There's no way. There's no way. It's
It's like 50% skill, 50% luck, we'll say.
I wouldn't go that far, Dan. I would say it's like 100% luck. They're one framers, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, I had to
Fish and Boo.
concentrate there a little
Fish
bit.
and Boo here. If you guys like Kaizo, I'm sure you have seen him
Ugh.
many hundreds of times.
Oh, what am I
Aaron,
doing?
I don't know what you are doing.
I'm fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Okay, Dan. Everything's fine. All right. I only held it for 1 frame roll. I didn't hold it for 2. That's why that happened. Backup strats.
Yeah, make it look like that's what we intended to do all along.
Yeah. You know, if you don't react to screwing up, people don't know. So I just need to stop reacting to screwing up.
So here in a weird level, there's a whole bunch of dumb nonsense in this level. It's kind of unique to SMW because different screens appear based on how many coins you collect or what the timer is at or, you know, a couple different factors. So you're going to see us waiting around later on. The reason we're waiting around is because it's timer based to get the normal exit of this level, and we have no choice. Literally our only option.
This level confused me so much as a kid.
It's
like,
no
what is
explanation
happening?
I don't know.
And it's the only level that actually behaves like that, so it seems a little unfair.
Yeah.
I feel like, do the message blocks tell you or no?
Message blocks give you a clue that like different things happen when you do different things, but that's pretty much it. So a few things that I'll bring up. One is in this vertical room that we're in right now.
Oh. Why did I do that?
This room by itself almost broke IsoFreeze's ROM hack to beat all of the levels in the game backwards, where you start at the goalpost and you have to proceed backwards through each level and get an orb that's set at the beginning of each level. That room is not conducive to getting flight speed, and there are some jumps that don't really work. Degree of difficulty there, I would say, is comparable to if you play Randomizer and having to play Soda Lake Dry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's comparably difficult. One other thing for everybody out there to kind of pay attention to, and this definitely is categorized as very deep, weird SMW mechanics. The routing among top players these days is to make sure that when you get to Sunken Ghost Ship, that you have 1,000,000 points. And that's not for no reason, even though that sounds like the most arbitrary thing that I've ever said. Aaron's gonna collect coins here because we want to get the extra cape because we don't need Fire Flower anymore for the rest of the run.
I don't need to go faster in this level. It's arbitrary. You have to wait for a timer.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But you need 1,000,000 points, and the reason that you need 1,000,000 points is because of basically converting into the base 10 score that we see here, and how SMW happens to calculate the values that are displayed. So you want the lowest possible digits across the board, so that summing basically takes the least computation power possible. And that is relevant in the falling last room of Sunken Ghost Ship, where there are a ton of sprites on the screen and other things that would cause lag already. And so you actually see a number of frames being lost for no reason that are completely mitigated if you have 1,000,000 points and keep those other digits lower. So not something that you would probably notice, but as a kid, if you liked to weave left and right in that falling room to the orb, you probably noticed that the screen would fall down because you got the star and there are all these sparkles around you, and then there are all these enemies flying around. So that lag kind of gets exacerbated if you have a high numerical score, with all of the digits being high numbers. So, I'm trying to think at this phase of the run, what's interesting to talk about.
This part of the
We're about to hit a few really cool levels in here. So, this is like a pretty meaty part of the run, in my opinion. Like a couple of cool levels to watch.
The fort and then CI4.
Fort plus, all the way to Wendy, really.
Yeah.
Oh, even through Sunken Ghost Ship.
I love Wendy. She's my favorite Koopa kid, just because of her bow.
Wendy is pretty great. I like Wendy a lot.
Who's everyone's favorite Koopa kid in chat? Let's get some conversation going about that.
Iggy.
I think Iggy's my
Iggy?
favorite. Yeah. Iggy or I mean Iggy.
Morton's got swag.
I think the general lore is that Iggy doesn't actually dislike Mario. He just wanted to join the circus, but he always gets forced to fight him.
That's so wholesome.
So Iggy's just a nice guy, you know.
All right, if I nail this level, you guys are gonna be like, wow, he's so cool.
This is a pretty cool level. So the pencils here are perfectly coated. Obviously, that was not supposed to hurt Aaron. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of weird stuff that these pencils do mechanically, where they just kind of push you around. This second room here, I think, is kind of like is a pretty. Ooh, that was really close. It's like a pretty classic, like a crash course in how the flight mechanic works and how the P meter works in Super Mario World. If you understand why you're able to do what you do to keep flight in that second room of Forest Fort, of Chocolate Fort.
See?
Yeah, you probably have a pretty good understanding of how flight in general works. Well, how flight from the ground works. There's a whole bunch of in-flight mechanics that are. If you guys watch any of the crazy Volpe's Friend or comparable K-Packs that Poggio and other people have put together, seen. And then this is just a pretty classic level where intern that was designing Super Mario World was like, whoa, there are slopes? Wouldn't it be so cool if we just built like a whole level with just slopes? That'd be so sick.
That'd be dope, bro.
Level in here.
I completely forgot how to do that level.
That's your favorite, and you forgot.
Yep. You're correct. Oh, we could get another jump here. Technically.
Kinda, yeah. Does save time.
Oh my god.
Man, you're just on it today.
This Yump luck.
What in the... That is, for some reason, that's like the easiest one there is. I don't know, I get that one all the time.
I don't know if
I
the
feel like
window
this is actually relevant to
for smaller
tech.
blocks.
What was that?
It actually makes you go faster,
Oh, yeah.
whereas the other ones are just to be fancy.
Yep, exactly. The other ones actually lose time. Like a frame, I think.
Same with if you spit out the key.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do it to make the bow
Bow.
sound.
Uh-oh.
Pretty much every time.
Oh my god!
Oh, Aaron, you... Go ahead.
It's fine.
Why did you stop? Why did you second guess?
Because I didn't tap right. I didn't hold right.
Yeah, I mean, you still would have had a odds to make it anyway.
Well, see, I didn't do Crusher Skip for like a really long time.
Yeah.
So like I know the backup. So I was like, oh, I can just do the backup. You know, and that split-second decision that, you know, you actually make those decisions. Please don't die to this.
Be really embarrassing if you did.
It's so embarrassing. Even more embarrassing than what just happened.
Hateably. I wouldn't go that far. That was pretty embarrassing. But with Crusher Skip, the tapping right and stuff. Yeah, I'll try to explain to you. We talk about the oscillating speed here. There is a possibility that you don't make that Crusher Skip, and you make it a mathematical, complete improbability if you tap right. And I'll just leave it at that. More explanation would probably only make things more complicated, but...
Oh my god. It's not easy. I mean, if you do it correctly, you get it, like, every time. It's just I let go of right too early. Which happens. It sucks because, like, you get damaged and then you get crushed, so you lose your power-up, too.
Yeah,
your backup power-up.
as well. Yep.
It's a mega oof.
It's... hate to see it.
You really do. You hate to see it.
So...
What's my estimate? 130? Okay, I'm still good.
Yeah, you're still doing fine. You're probably on, what, like...
127, I think.
26, 7 pace, yeah.
Yeah. But if I mess
Don't
Sam
forget
up...
about, we get to see the awesome incentive.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, we have to do. Yeah, that's true. Maybe
Don't
we are
forget.
gonna go over.
Oh, I won't
1 minute
forget.
30. Yeah, or
If
an
I
hour 30.
if I forget, I will go back
So-
and do it.
Yep. So, 2 things here. So we're in Sunken Ghost Ship. He's gonna collect this this cape here. Really a great backup. It's a really minimal time loss, and it's helpful for if you lost the power up pretty much across Chocolate Island, which is very likely. So be lucky here. We're into this cloud room, and so Aaron's gonna fall off Yoshi twice. The reason that we do that is because it's the perfect amount of time to delay. And there's a ghost that appears inside the wall here that's going to help Aaron gauge, which we're doing good here.
Yeah.
Where if you do it correctly, that you despawn one of these boo rings. And so he got hit those 2 times because it slows you down the perfect amount to despawn the boo ring that normally appears there. Then because the rest of the run, I don't know how, because we messed up the rings at the beginning of the game.
I have no idea how that lined up perfectly.
That ended up lining up perfectly, even though I don't think it normally does. So a couple of lag reduction strats. You want to basically eliminate a few sprites on the screen, which he did. We're over 1 million points for those of you that were here earlier when I mentioned that. So we experienced no real measurable, detectable slowdown in the vertical room. Boot up an SMW card. Yep. And we didn't get the sour Yoshi tongue, but
Tried.
a whole bunch of weird ones that are possible. But yeah, if you just booted up that game, even in Virtual Console and stuff, and just fell through that room, odds are you would experience a whole bunch of weird lag in there. So now we're into Valley of Bowser. These are all pretty cool levels. I think that the level of difficulty really, really amps up from Forest of Illusion into Chocolate Island and Valley of Bowser.
Yeah, it really does.
Valley of Bowser, I really think that Vob Fort is Kaizo level difficulty. It's really not a fun level at all.
Without a cape, it's just like, it's so daunting.
It is, and it's not cool, right? It's like...
To be fair, I think it's really cool.
No, it's not.
It just sucks that it's the last level. Yeah. It is supposed to be the most secret level. It's the most secret level. All right, so
nonsense.
We'll be coming back to this level. This is where Sandbar is, but we'll be back the next time around.
We're going to get some intended wings in here to get the regular exit. And in my childhood, I saw this coin heaven many times because my brother and I were convinced that it was like getting the anchors in Super Mario 3 where you needed to get a certain number of coins, and that's why we couldn't get to that fortress that we could see on the screen. It turns out that they just hit a key, like. So, some uncreative.
Nice.
Yikes.
So crusty slide here, but you know we
crusty slide.
We didn't steal sexy slide from the SMB. Yeah, the SMB3 community obviously didn't think of it first. Obviously, that was always SMW.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We didn't just steal it. Yeah. So, what else is relevant here in Valley of Bowser? I'm trying to think what we need to, what we kind of need to get ahead of. A couple of timer platforms coming up that really only appear in sub-levels, and this one level in Valley of Bowser that are a mainstay of all of the, Aaron, help me here. I just forgot it.
What? I wasn't paying
level
attention.
What?
Oh, Ultra Star.
Ultra Star, yeah. All the Ultra Star style levels that use these timer platforms.
Oh, fudge.
You know, we owe it to,
double fudge.
Aaron, what on earth?
I'm not really sure what happened there.
This is not a great level to do. Well, we're gonna see how we do.
God. This is a horrible level to do this in.
not a ton of backups.
I don't know
at
why
this
that
point
happened.
in the game. I 100% know. Try to. Okay, so we bailed ourselves out a little.
Woo!
Bit.
Look at
Wow,
me.
damn it.
Oh
That was kind
God.
of fancy. I mean, that was cool to show off.
Yeah, that was
It was
intentional.
totally intended.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Because we hit a donation incentive.
That's the
So
strat.
Aaron was like,
That was intentional,
I don't know
right,
why
guys?
You're doing it this way, Aaron.
Huh?
Trying to.
I don't know how to do this level without Yoshi. Get out of here. We're just gonna left, right a couple
Whatever.
times.
Yeah,
Guys,
exactly. Like,
Oh
we're-
my
we're not
God,
gonna rub-
Dan! I can't tap
Aaron,
left.
what are you
Dan, I can't tap
What
left.
are you doing?
I can't
If you
tap
want-
left. Oh my God.
Oh my.
I can distract the crowd from this nonsense by talking a little bit about our charity. If you want
There
me to
you go.
distract
Go for it.
everyone.
Yes.
Please,
Okay.
for the love of God.
Look away! Look away from that. So, Midwest Speed Fest is benefiting able gamers, and able gamers' mission is to create opportunities that enable play in order to combat social isolation, foster inclusive communities, and improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. They accomplish this by making games more accessible with assistance from their experts in cutting-edge technology. To donate, type !donate in the chat, and you can also check out information about able gamers at ablegamers.org.
By the time you
Look, I
read
distracted
that,
everyone.
by the time
They
that you
don't
read that, I
remember that.
completely recovered. So look at that, guys. Nothing
See?
happened.
See?
No one
Nothing
saw.
happened.
No one saw Umar's least favorite level. So.
Yeah, so this is, I think this is actually a really cool level.
Wow.
I hated it as a kid. Hated most of these levels as a kid. If I couldn't just run through it, it was not my favorite. I don't know if you've caught on to that theme here, but... And one thing that I still don't quite understand is we have these chucks, right? We have these enemies with football helmets on who, in every other circumstance across this entire game, are throwing baseballs, kicking footballs. I remember getting to this level and thinking they were playing some sport that I just didn't know what it was. That it was a ball I didn't recognize, that they were holding some kind of paddle I didn't recognize. No, they're literally digging up boulders. They're holding
14!
a shovel. Another 14. Yeah, why would a chuck be
I
just
always thought it
digging
was like-
boulders out of the ground?
Do you remember playing like God, what was that? We used to play this game in like gym with these kind of sticks that had big foam pieces on the end of them.
The Q-tips?
Yeah, the big Q-tip. That's what I thought that they had. I was like, what sport
I was like, what sport
uses that?
that's-
I could not
what-
think of
what-
it.
Exactly. I was like,
Oh my God!
Aaron,
We're
What
dying.
are you doing? No, yep. Yeah, I guess that's probably
Yep, that's a strat.
a way to do it. That's
Yep.
one way.
Yep, it's a strat. I was thinking about Q-tips. I'm not gonna lie.
So, it's fine. That's why we had another cape. Just don't lose it again. The second room.
I literally can't tap left. So this is controller issues, 100%, not me. Controller issues.
Okay. Yeah, we're here. We made it.
I literally need to keep this cape because I've got sandbar coming
It's
up.
gonna be. It's gonna be pretty ugly if you don't. Pretty optimized, scary room because of this magic Koopa.
Oh my God.
boy.
Oh,
Oh, boy,
my
Aaron.
God. Okay, we're fine. Things are okay,
Yeah.
Dan. Stop it.
I
You're
was
scaring me. Stop it,
probably-
Dan. You're making it worse. Okay.
Making me nervous.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Watching me. You just despawned the cape.
I'm fine. Oh my
Everything?
God. Huh!
Right. Everything's
It's easy.
good.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. Nothing happens.
Yeah, so Q-tips, what sport is that? They're not sport playing chucks. They're for some reason digging rocks out of the ground.
Yeah, let's go back to that conversation.
Yeah.
Just wondering, like, who greenlit that decision, right? Sakurai, like, oh, yeah, we can just make the chucks dig up the boulders. That way we don't have to pay an artist to have it be a different type of monster digging things out of the ground. And they just went with it.
What are the names of those chucks called? Do they have
chucks.
special names?
I think they're
Nice.
digging chucks, yeah.
Diggin' chuck.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the incentive.
Yes.
So basically, there's a squishy. Well, so there's some second layer nonsense, right? So we see second layer here, with these platforms moving up and down. that effect is also the same in the next room, where we have some oscillating things. And because you have different things that you can stand on moving up and down, if you hit this 2-frame trick, you can squeeze into the sandbar. We'll see if Aaron does it here.
Damn.
No, we did not.
One more try.
And that allows you to skip a cycle of the up and down oscillation here.
One more try.
Well, but it's the donation.
Do I have to keep going until I get it?
Attempt? You just say attempts, or was?
Oh my god. Okay, I can keep going until I get it. It's just.
I mean, I don't know the fine print on the incentive.
It doesn't matter. I'm getting it second try. Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, calculated. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to show you guys what happens when you're bad. Okay. I did it good. I just wanted to show everyone what happened when you're bad.
If you did
Okay.
it first try, it wouldn't be as impressive.
Exactly. Yeah. That's 100% it. Yeah. Totally.
That was very cool. That was very cool.
Yeah, we got to skip a cycle here.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. That was cool.
It's terrifying.
There's 2 other clips that you can do that don't even save time, really. One saves a really minimal amount. There's a clip out there somewhere of Oth popping off a triple
Oh my god.
sandbar,
Incredible.
and the smuggest look that you have ever seen.
Yeah,
on
he's
a
just like,
person.
oh, it's easy.
He tries to play it off like he's not really stoked about it. And one of the favorite things I've ever seen Oth do.
All right, here's Dan's favorite level.
Yeah, so here we are. This is Vob Fort. Full's garbage. A lot of Doritos.
Love it.
Doritos. This is also a very tightly optimized.
I haven't decided if I'm doing the fast tray yet.
I don't think you should do the.
I think I should.
Fast one. You don't have another cape, Aaron.
You're not another cape, Dan.
Okay. Are you talking the crazy fast one or just? Okay,
we got firsty, so we had to improvise.
You didn't do the Insano one.
Well, I was going to, but I got firstied.
Oh. He skips one in the beginning, earlier in the left. You can skip one cycle by doing a whole bunch of crazy nonsense. Yes, I know which one you're talking about, and you did get firstied. Firstied, if you try to take off the same frame that you land, your P meter is 0. You have to be running on the ground. That is what firsty means. Turning on the light in here introduces lag, so we do dark room in the dark as speedrunners because we're trying to save frames.
So is there any last donations or anything like that you got? Or anything lastly you want to say?
Sure. So just a reminder that we have amazing incentives and bid wars that are still open. For example, we have $30 of $120 for the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix cutscene glitch showcase. I know everyone here loves seeing glitches like what we just witnessed. If you want to see that happen, let's get our donations in. And just thank you to everyone who's been watching and donating this entire marathon. We wouldn't be here without you.
You guys still owe me $5 million, so pay up.
It's true. Where's the money for the bonus 5th yump? I mean.
Oh, there we go, yeah. Bowser fight, it's unfortunately pretty easy. In my main category, 11 exit, we glitch the heck out of it. That makes it a lot more difficult. So this, in 96 exit, the Bowser fight always kind of puts me to sleep.
It's a little bit of a snooze.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I feel like Bowser, or Valley of Bowser is so difficult, Chocolate Island's so difficult, and then they give us this with... I mean, I guess they didn't intend the cape to be used and broken as much, and that's kind of what makes this fight so easy, but still. So time will hit when we see Peach fall out of the copter car, so I'll say when.
Wow.
Are you kidding me, Dan?
No, one last embarrassment.
God, dude.
For the end.
You kidding me? And time.
GG's.
Good job.
We did it. I hope you guys had fun.
Darren.
There was a lot of messing around, stuff like that. But it was. I think it made the run way more entertaining than if I just popped off a good run. So.
Well, if you pop off a good run, you're probably staring very silently and concentrated.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I think I mean, to be fair though, what you saw in this run is basically exactly what I do on stream: mess up all the time and fail. So it's kind of the exact same thing. Thanks for Midwest Speed Fest for letting me show off 96 Exit. I'm not the best 96 Exit runner, but I am from the Midwest, so it was cool to get to represent SMW. Dan, thank you so much for commentating. I asked you 2 days ago, and you said yes. So appreciate that. Yeah, and then Flygon, you killed it. I appreciate it so much. It was fun.
This was so much fun.
Yeah, you're a really good sport. You kept up with Dan and I being dumb, and you played into it. And I appreciated that.
Being fun.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all I've got. Discord SMW. I think it's Discord Super Mario World if you want to learn Super Mario World, or you can just DM me anywhere. It's
or twitch.tv/Super Mario World
right,
is our community.
Twitch.tv. It's the easiest game to get into if you want to speedrun. The community is super fun, super open. We have one of the best, if not the best, practice cart there is.